Welcome to your message for the week. This is your oracle pull. We've got 3 cards to choose from here. Cards 1, card 2, or card 3. Feeling into the energy of what's being pulled within you that is asking you to step forward and choose today. So we are going to land straight into this reading today, and as always, just sit with the energy and see what is it that's calling to you. Is there something in particular when I'm speaking around this card that's calling to you in particular? So what I mean by that is, you might pick card number 1, but when I'm reading card number 2, your body gives you a whole body yes. And that feels like goosebumps. It feels like a little funny feeling inside your tummy. Sometimes it's a pressure for me. It's always a pressure on the right side of my head. And I'm like, oh, that feels interesting. And that is spirit saying, hey, this is important, listen to this. And sometimes it means you need both cards, or sometimes spirit's actually saying, no, I prefer that you pick number 2 or number 3 or number 1 or whatever it is calling you today. So feeling into the energy as we dive into our beautiful oracle reading for the week. So card number 1, today we have got, it's a beautiful card of learning. So this oracle deck is called Whispers of Healing. It tells us what we need for our body and our mind at the moment, our spirit, obviously. So this learning card is quite an interesting card. It's not what you would think it's about. Yes, it's about learning, but it's not necessarily always educationally based. Sometimes we are called to this particular card or this particular word even for learning around what is it that is calling you at the moment to reflect on. So what are you actually not willing your body to receive? Is it the presence of time? Is it being in nature? Is it allowing your spirit team to talk to you? So when we get the card of learning, it's being open to receiving messages. It's being open to receiving new wisdom and new knowledge. It's about not always being right, which is really hard for us to do, right? We have to be in a receiving mode. We have to be able to actually receive guidance in order to up level. And so what that actually feels like in our body is when we're on a walk, we might get pulled to look at a particular, like on this one, a little lady beetle, but maybe it's a particular plant, maybe it's a particular animal, and then going back and sitting with that energy and going, okay, so what does that particular symbol mean for me? And so sometimes it's about actually allowing the wisdom to speak through you. And it's not that you don't know best, because of course you do. However, sometimes it's about spirit actually knowing better than us and guiding us on the next path to expand. So right now for your life, the way it is, yes, of course you've got all the wisdom and knowledge you need, and you do for your further advancement as well. However, we need to lean into activating that wisdom. And that's what you're being asked to do today for card number 1. Okay, so for card number 2, if I can pull it out, we have got Receive Healing. Now this is a beautiful card. In order to receive healing though, right, we need to be able to acknowledge that there's something happening for us. We need to acknowledge our emotions. If you think about every time someone asks you how you are, you don't dive into a list of problems. You say, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Right? But to receive healing, to receive the energy and the awareness of energy to be directed to that particular place in our body or within our soul or within our heart, our emotional layer, wherever it may be, we need to first acknowledge that we're not okay. And so maybe there is some cycles that you have at the moment. Maybe there are some things that are coming up for you that you're feeling like, actually, this is really not in alignment for my highest and best, and I need to sort this. Maybe you need to receive a healing. If you've got this, maybe you need to book yourself in for a healing. If you've got this, maybe you need to be more aware and more available to receive the messages that are coming for you around your healing. Maybe it's time to sit with the energy. And I'm getting such a call from spirit today around presence. It's about being in the energy. It's about receiving the energy. It's about asking for the healing. It's about when your best friend asks you how you are, instead of saying, I'm fine, how are you? And listening to them for an hour about all their problems, actually saying, you know what? No, I'm not okay. And this is what I would really like to talk about. And I'd really like to have some space held for me for a change, right? And that, actually my friend is going through something big, and so she might not be the best person to tell all my problems to. So let me find someone, a professional or someone else, that needs to hold space for me at the moment, or that can hold space for me at the moment. This card often talks about the beginning of the healing process. And so it is about broadening your knowledge. It kind of links in here with this learning so that you can actually find a positive outcome. So sometimes what is actually coming up for us is something that's actually deeper within the emotional realm. So what's her name? Donna Hayes, I think it is. I probably got that really wrong. I feel like it's Hayes. I feel like the Hayes publication group has, I think it's Donna, has this amazing book, and I think she even has it online now, where it talks to the different parts of the body and what's held in that particular area. So, if you've got a sore shoulder, it's about carrying too much responsibility. If it's a sore knee, I think it's about the knee. I think is about moving forward, having fear about moving forward. And so there's also other sickness related things within that really tells you about, well, what is it you're harvesting in that area, or harboring in that area, I should say. Maybe you're harvesting it too, and not allowing yourself to step fully into the receiving mode. Okay, card number 3, well-being. Now this is an interesting one. It's so funny, isn't it? We've really got some big changes here. Well-being's an interesting one because it's actually asking you to not look at the healing, but to look at the lies, to look at the truth and the lies. It's like, what have you been doing to hold yourself back in a low vibration? What is it that you need to do to actually step into a more positive outlook? It's about your thoughts and your actions create your reality. And so this is making a real change to reduce and remove those unhealthy habits. What are you not being real about? Like, okay, so we sit there and we say, okay, I really need to, I'm on the brink of diabetes, I need to lose a lot of weight, and yet I'm still having the wagon wheel at night. And I give that as an example with no judgment, because I did exactly that thing last night, right? And so it's about going, okay, that is poison in my body. It's actually got no nutrition value whatsoever. In the moment I went, oh, my husband's eating a wagon wheel, I want to eat a wagon wheel too. And in actual fact, I wake up in the morning feeling like crap, and emotionally crap, because I gave in to something that I shouldn't be eating, but also it doesn't make you feel good having that stuff in your system. And if you are on a cycle of eating something that your body does not agree with, and that could be as simple as you had gluten and you're gluten intolerant, and you know how sick it's going to make you later, but you really wanted that bagel, and now you're really regretting it. It's about making really clear choices and getting real with yourself. This is your vessel, you need to look after it. You only get one vessel this lifetime. You'll get a new vessel next lifetime, that's great, but it's not going to help you this lifetime, right? It's about getting real about the choices you're making for your mind. Are you really meditating every single day for 5 minutes? Because that's all it takes. Or are you saying, I want to connect with my spirit team, but there's a block and I'm not meditating? It's about getting real. This card is about, actually, I need to be real with me and stop lying to myself. It's not about lying to others. You can lie to others as much as you like. It's not going to get you anywhere. And in fact, it's going to create a low vibration for yourself. But at the end of the day, the person that you lie to that harms the most is yourself. When you are lying to yourself and not keeping yourself accountable and not stepping into your own truth and well-being, which is this card, the only person that really deeply creates disharmony, low vibration, blocks abundance, blocks forward motion, blocks high frequency is you. And so if this card's come up for you today, this is a sign to get real with yourself, to step into the journey of your well-being. And they are beautifully paired with each other. I love that, you know, this is about being present and open and to receive what Spirit needs you to hear. This is about being real about the healing that you need, and to actually open yourself and put yourself first and allow that to be received. And this is about getting real about it and saying, okay, this is actually what I need to step into. Sending you all so much love. It feels like a really big, hard message to receive this week, I must say. And so interesting how it's triggered you. You know, I love to trigger people because that's how we up level. And sometimes I'm saying things that you don't agree with and you don't love, and that's okay. You can receive it or not receive it. I'm here to give the guidance that the cards show, and it's up to you in your reality of how you receive that. Sending so much love.